What's going on, everybody? This is Sonic Mix here, and today I am here to give my predictions for WWE Hell in a Cell. Hell in a Cell happens this coming Sunday, October the 30th, the day before Halloween. Just want to say right now, happy early Halloween. Make sure you guys stay safe out there. And looking at Hell in a Cell here for October the 30th, this Sunday, this looks to be a fine show. I don't think it's not going to be as good as Clash of Champions or as Backlash, but this looks like it's going to be a on par type of show. Let's go over the matches and let's see who I think is going to win. So the pre-show or the kickoff show is going to be Cedric Alexander, Lince Dorado, and Sin Cara versus Tony Nese, Drew Gulak, and Arya Daivari in a six-man tag team match. I think it's going to be a fine match, given if there's going to be time, which I don't see there being enough time. I can see this being like a 6-minute match, maybe 7 at best. I think the team of Alexander, Dorado, and Carl is going to win. Usually the faces usually win in the kickoff matches. Not all the time, but some of the time. So I'm going to say the faces are going to win this one. Up next, I think it's going to kick off the main card. I think it's going to kick off with Enzo Amore and Big Cass versus Gallows and Carl Anderson. Once again, I think this is going to be fine. I do think this is going to be at least a 10-minute match at best. And they want to make Gallows and Anderson be a believable tag team, and they have not been a believable threat to the tag team division. Enzo and Cass have picked up 2 wins over them, and I think it's time to give Gallows and Anderson a big win here. They have not gotten a big win in quite a while. So I'm going to say Gallows and Anderson are going to pick up the win in this one. Up next, I think it's going to be TJ Perkins versus Brian Kendrick for the Cruiserweight Championship. If given enough time, this can be a 3-star match, maybe a 3 1/4 type match. I do find it interesting how Kendrick is saying to Perkins that I want you to lose to me. So there may be some sort of like should Perkins lose to try to help Kendrick? Which I'm thinking in my head, is Kendrick going to win this? Which on one hand makes sense, but on another hand it wouldn't make sense because Perkins got the title back in what, September? And you want him to drop it so soon? I'm not buying it. I'm going to say TJ Perkins wins and retains the title. Up next, I think is going to be the tag team of the New Day versus Cesaro and Sheamus for the tag team championship. I think this is going to be a really good match. If given enough time, like maybe 15 minutes, I think this could be better than their Raw match, which of course I'm not a fan of them just throwing on the Raw match as a freebie. And I think this is a no-brainer. I think the New Day is going to win. As I've mentioned before, and I think everybody's going to agree with me, I think they're going to beat Demolition's reign of, what is it, 480 days? I think I'm close enough to the number. But I say New Day wins. Up next, I think it's going to be the very first Hell in a Cell match. And that would be Roman Reigns versus Rusev inside Hell in a Cell for the United States Championship. I think this is going to be an okay match. I think it's going to be I can see this being a very slow but yet boring type match where it's going to be boring, but then it kind of picks up towards the end. The storyline has been fine. It hasn't been good, but I would take it. I would say it's a take it or leave it type storyline. I would take it personally, but Roman Reigns is going to win. I think he's going to retain the U.S. title. I do not see Rusev getting it back. I think at this point, Rusev should now be chasing after the Universal title. I think he is good enough to go after the Universal title. But that's just my opinion. But Roman wins. Up next, I think it's going to be Bayley versus Dana Brooke. I hate to say this, but I think this is probably going to be the weakest match on the card, especially being a Bayley match. Bayley deserves to be in such a bigger role, and that's my opinion. Dana Brooke got what was supposed to be the cheap win with the foot on the rope, but it never did happen. I'm going to say Bayley wins, but this match is really pointless. At least in my opinion it is. And then finally, the final two matches here. The co-main events. Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins inside Hell in a Cell for the Universal Championship. I think this is going to be good. I don't really see any problems with it. Might be a little bit slow in the beginning, but I think besides with the Roman and Rusev match, I think this match will pick up more towards the middle. But Kevin Owens is going to win. I think he's going into the Survivor Series leading Team Raw against Team SmackDown. And I think it's going to be a good match. And that's all I got to say. Kevin Owens wins. And then finally, the main event. Yes, I am saying this is the main event. Sasha Banks versus Charlotte. For the first time ever, a women's Hell in a Cell match. And it's funny in a way because I want to point out something here. They had all the opportunities. They could have done it with Trish Stratus versus Lita, and it never happened. They could have done it with any of the women in the women's division. But Charlotte and Sasha are the first to do so over Trish and Lita and anyone else that we can think of. So I definitely tip my head off to Sasha and Charlotte for this. Raw Women's title. I think this is probably going to steal the show. And I would not be surprised if this becomes the better Hell in a Cell match. And it's going to be interesting, though, because I'm really interested to know how is this going to play out. Like, are they really going to use the cage at all? So, it's interesting because is this going to be, as I said, the show stealer? Or is this going to be just a standard women's match that they're never going to use to sell? I'm interested to know, but Sasha Banks wins this match. I do not see Charlotte winning this match. It would be bizarre if Charlotte won. But Sasha Banks wins this match here. And that's my prediction. And speaking of predictions, this was my predictions for WWE Hell in a Cell 2016. I hope you guys enjoy these predictions. I will be giving a review of Hell in a Cell right after Hell in a Cell is over. And until then, this is Sonic saying, you guys have a good night, and I will see you guys later.